Hello everyone, this is Satyaprakash. Welcome to my channel. This is part 8 of Google Maps API. In this video, I'll tell you how to use the direction service object to fetch the directions for different travel modes. So guys, before going through this video, please visit my part 1 and part 2 of Google Maps API. So in these two videos, you'll get the basics of setting, how to set up the Google Maps API and how to create a sample application using Google Maps API. You can get these videos in my playlist called Google Maps API. So guys, here few points we need to discuss, that is what Google Maps traveling mode, how to implement in MVC and Bootstrap, and mode of traveling for some places are not fed to Google server. So guys, there are different travel modes. Okay, so I'll show you that. So the use of direction service object is the important one, which is used to fetch the directions for different travel modes. So when you calculate directions, you need to specify which transportation mode you are willing to use. For example, there is bus, by walk, bicycle, or your two-wheeler. So there is different travel modes which are available in Google Maps API. So there is one is driving default, so it indicates standard driving directions using the road network. Second is bicycling, it is these directions via bicycle path and preferred streets. Transit is requires the directions via public transit routes, that is public transportation like buses or private or government buses. And walking, so it requests walking direction via pedestrian paths and sidewalks. Okay, so consult the Google Maps coverage data to determine to what extent a country support directions. If you request directions for a region in which that direction type is not available, the response will return the direction status equal to 0 results. So walking directions may not include clear pedestrian paths, so walking direction will return warning in the direction result, which you must display if you are not using the default direction renderer. Okay, so guys, how to do in the code. So first of all, this is my MVC application and this is the controller. Okay, so I have created one controller action method, that is traveling mode. Based on that, I have created the view, that is the CSS_HTML file. This is the code for the traveling mode CSS_HTML file. Okay, so these three links I have used for support the Bootstrap, and this is the style, okay, for map and drop down. And drop down contains the three traveling modes, that is driving, walking, bicycle, and transit. So which I discussed in my presentation. Okay, and there is one script function I have implemented, that is init map. Okay, so I'll tell you everything details step by step. So here first of all, I have added the drop down, okay, mode of traveling, okay, this one. And we can calculate directions using a variety of method of transportation by using the direction objects, okay, direction service objects. So this object communicates with the Google Maps API direction services, which receives the direction request and return an efficient path. So you may either handle these direction objects yourself or use the directions render object to render the same. So I am talking about these two lines. Okay, so next is the direction service can return multi-part directions using a series of waypoints. So directions are displayed as a polyline drawing the route on a map, or additionally as a series of textual description within a div element. Okay, and here I have called a function to calculate and show the routes. Okay, so that is called calculate and display route. Okay, so this is I have passed two parameters, direction service and direction display, which is I defined here. And the next is if you go to the after selecting any option in drop down, so the function will work here, right? That is the document.get element by id mode and event listener change. Okay, this is based on the drop down selections which was implemented in the drop down list mode of traveling. Okay, so this is the functions, this is the functionality of this line, that is the add event listener change function method. So after selection any option in drop down, the function will work. Okay, and I have defined and built the functions here which we have called, that is calculate and display route. So this is the call function and this is the implemented, this is the defined function. So it is the functionality have been implemented here. That is the so JavaScript actually allows us to access the constant using square bracket and string value add its property, right? You can see there is a travel mode. So google.map travel mode, the select mode, because the JavaScript only allows to access the constant using the square brackets and string value as its property. Okay, so for next function is that is if any mode option is not available between the places, then the mentioned steps will be executed. If the response is okay, then it will be display the directions. If there is some issues, like some your API has some issues or network connection issues or any billing service is not activated, then it will show these values here. What is the exception you will get here. So I have use this two latitude longitude of two places. One that is the origin and destination, right? And here I have used two places. One is for latitude longitude, the HSL layout in India, and the destination is Marathali, that is in India, Bangalore city. So I have used this latitude longitude of specific locations. So between these specific locations we need to select the travel modes, and it will show your directions using some mark. Okay, so I'll show you in the output. So this is the description of this code. This is the CSS/HTML, whatever the drop down contains the values and the JavaScript functions, what is the functions of it, and inside functions what is the output response will get and what the exceptions will get if the API key is not issues. So this is about my footer section, and above one the script I have collapsed it due to some privacy, because the key I have not publicly showing here. Okay, so this is all about the code of traveling mode.cshtml. Okay, so again I'll show you this code. This is the code for home controller CSHTML file, home controller.cs. This is the controller action method, and this is the CSHTML file for traveling mode.cshtml. So while you successfully implement and your API key will support the billing product, then you will get the proper output in your browser, and you can see between these two places you can select any traveling modes, and based on the traveling modes it will show the directions, and it will be differ by the based on traveling. If you select walking, the traveling directions will be different, and if you select the transit, that is the different directions will be there. Okay, so that is all about the code in the traveling mode.cshtml. We need to check the output. Okay, so you need to click on, there is one button here. I already have run my application here, so I need to show the output. So guys, here you can see the output here, right? You can see mode of visiting is there, and if you click on drop down, there's different traveling modes. Okay, and if you select the transit or bus availability, you can see the route direction service routes, the bus number here. Okay, and if you select walking, the direction is different. So if see, it is different direction based on the travel mode of visiting or traveling modes, and walking, this is a different one, right? Okay, so this is the output of this my application. So guys, here exceptions we need to check, that is if your API key is not responding properly due to network problems, or your API key is not supporting the billing service. So I have set up the message here in else condition, right? So we need to check here. So I need to click on the inspect element, go to console. So here guys, you can see okay, I need to okay, so see, this is the mode of visiting, traveling modes. If you select by driving, so you can see it's showing direction query unavailable due to request denied, right? So that message is coming from this else condition, whatever I set up here. This is because this API key which I have used, that does not support the billing product. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. You need to enable your billing product of Google Maps API key. So after then you will get the output here. So in this way you can check the exceptions. If you select walking, also request denied, same for bicycling, and same for bus availability or transit mode. Okay guys, so we checked what is the output, and also I already shown you what is the exceptions if any error or issues will be found in your API key due to not enabling your billing service of your API key, or your something like your network connection is not there. So in this way we can check the direction service between two locations. Okay, and we can check the direction service based on the traveling modes. And guys, there is one note I have mentioned here. So for bicycling, there is route not found on Google server. So sometimes that is for every locations that some traveling modes are not properly set up. That is, for example, for these two specific locations, the bicycling mode is not available, so that it is not available in Google server, so it will not show in the output. Okay, and for transit mode, that is for buses or your government bus, private buses, so you can get the details of available buses with bus number and other informations which I have already shown you in the output. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.